Welcome back to AM Northwest. It's a hot trend on social media, but what does it really do for you? Here to share all about color analysis and how it can help you refine your style, we welcome image consultant Camila Rocha Estevam and her model, Nicole. Good to have you all with us. And Nicole, thanks for being our model. Appreciate that. First of all, let me ask you this, Camila. What is color analysis?
So color analysis is basically a methodology that we use to match our complexion.
Okay.
So we analyze our skin tone, the level of contrast, and that would tells us what is the best match to make us look healthier, glowy, and better looking.
Look our best, right?
Yes, exactly.
How does it work?
So basically, I go through a process that is like a 3-step process. So we go through some drapes that show your natural contrast, if that is low, medium, or high, and then we move on to other colors that will tell if you have a warm or a cool undertone. And I like to approach also what I call a 3D of the color, which that comes with the metals that we test. That tells us also if we have a more muted color or a brighter color.
Okay.
So this also impacts on the type of fabrics that you should wear.
Oh, on the type of fabrics. Okay,
yes.
Show me on Nicole how you would do this.
So one of the first things that I like to do is testing the contrast, right? So if you can see here, whenever we do a contrast that is too low on your complexion, so Nicole's case, this is too low contrast to her. So when you wear colors that are too light compared to your skin tone, like the difference in between skin, eyes, hair color, eyebrows, that makes you look pale, too washed out, right? So when we do something that it's too dark as well, that feels a little bit too harsh. So you see a little bit more shadows around your face. And depending on how fair you are, that could even make you look a little bit behind the clothes, because the clothes are so contrasting and so intense that you are kind of behind, and we don't want that, right?
Okay, that's a good point too.
We have a medium contrast, which is ideal for Nicole, which kind of matches her complexion. So it just makes her color kind of popped out in a more natural way.
Right. And you talked too about seasons that I've heard before.
Yes, so there are the 4 seasons, right? So winter and summer are the cool undertone seasons. We have spring and autumn as the warm undertone seasons. Right. And even within those, we also have like variations. So you can be a lighter or a deeper version of that same season.
Okay, show me on Nicole how you pick the season.
So the contrast is one of the steps. The other one is showing the undertone. So here I have an example of a couple cool colors. So pink is a color that we have a big variation. We can have a cool color like this one, and we have maybe a warmer color, like in a shade of orange.
Wow,
right?
I love that
so
orange.
Even though we love the colors, and this is something that I tell my clients, try not to focus on the color so much, and get to the face. So we can see the difference here, how the pinks just makes her look more glowy. The skin looks more uniform. You can see the same skin tone all the way through. Whereas when we put her on a warmer color, her skin just looks a little bit more yellowy. So we don't want to look sickly, right? Like muddier.
We don't.
So ideally for her, I would recommend sticking to pinks, blues, colors that have that cool undertone.
Wow. And would you say then what is that season? That's summer?
So that would be a summer. Yes.
Summer, okay.
And again, if we compare, let's say what people wear the most, right? So black.
I do love black.
We all do, but that's not the best color for us to wear so close to your face. So unless you have a really high contrast complexion, that would not be the best. So on her case, I would recommend doing a navy. And this navy is very special because again, it's a slightly more muted, more in line with the medium contrast that we see here. So that complements her color, and you know, it's not so harsh and dark.
You mentioned staying away from the face. So we love to wear black. So let's say you want to wear black overall, but keep colors to your face, close to your face, right?
Yes.
Like it could be a scarf a navy blue scarf.
Exactly. So ideally, what you want to do, if you love black and that is not in your color palette, you would wear that.
Well, it's so slimming, Camila.
You can wear that on pants, or even if you wear that on a blouse. You're right. You can do you can add a scarf.
Right, I get that.
And you can always add other colors that are more closer to your contrast to make that work for you.
Yeah.
And we also have the metals.
Yeah, tell me about the metals. I've never
that.
seen that done before.
So this also kind of confirms the undertone of your skin. When you see how the gold, it's very yellowy, right?
Two different golds.
So we also have antique gold that feels a little bit better already on her. Again, her skin tone, her texture is a little bit more muted. But on her, what I would recommend, it's kind of like an antique silver. That's what really makes her shine. So it has a cool undertone, but the texture, again, the 3D of the color, it just feels a little bit better than something that it's too shiny.
Can I ask you, so my instinct is like when it comes to jewels, I like to wear gold. I don't think I look good in silver. Is that something that we kind of feel on our own? I mean,
yes, usually when I'm doing this with clients, and it was like this with Nicole as well, when we do the wrong colors or the right colors, there's an instinct, or oh, this is awesome. So we talk through when I show the differences between all the colors and the metals too, but this gut feeling of what works for you, it's very important.
You just said, you were telling me earlier that a lot of times you're just confirming what people kind of feel already.
Yes.
But they kind of avoid too.
Yes, that's true.
I know that you do sometimes that some people do this online, but in person makes much more sense, doesn't it?
Yes, I believe that doing this in person is what really makes the difference. So you can really see the nuances, right? So the texture, how one thing looks a little bit better than the other. Even the shape of your face sometimes, it can really make a difference to look more like a slightly wider jawline or something that looks more uplifted. So all of those things makes a really big difference if you do that online, in person.
What about a top that has multiple colors, just like your top, which looks fabulous on you?
Thank you. So I have a high contrast, right? So I am a winter. So ideally for me, I would do brighter colors, intense colors, and that mix of two colors, just like this black and white, is what is ideal for me. So that's how you should play out choosing the prints and the colors that you wear. You should follow that same contrast level on the prints that you wear. So if you have a low contrast, you should go for color combinations that are slightly lighter too.
Right. All good points. And ultimately, when you find the right color, you feel better about yourself and what you're wearing, right?
Yes, that's, I believe, it's the biggest advantage of doing this, because it's such a mood booster in the morning. First of all, like knowing what works for you, like the self-knowledge that you have, you can avoid so much, right? So buying the right things, shopping smarter, doing better decisions. So I think it's a very...
Feeling confident, I love it.
Yes, there's nothing more, like what's best than feeling good in the morning and going to work or a job interview, feeling like you have the best version of yourself.
Absolutely. All right, we're going to put all the information for you on our website at k2.com. Camila and Nicole, thank you both so much.
Thank you so much.
All right, we'll be right back with more AM Northwest. Don't go away.